I say, check these fellows out. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Wonderful homemade chips. Absolutely marvellous. Splendid. Most excellent. And what goes well with chips? Curry! Curry goes awfully well with chips. It makes a lovely dish that I call curry and chips. Absolutely marvellous. See all of this green stuff? That's where we're heading now. This is where I'm from. And then if you go one valley over, then this is the Ronza Valley here. That's where Sean's from. And this twiddly bit here, that's the road from one to the other. That's the road from Rekos, where we used to keep our horses. And that's the road taking you over to Herbert Mountain. Now, if you go the other way, then here we're heading into the beacons. The waterfalls that Sean and I were talking about are on this river there. And if you follow up into Astridvechter and that road there, this is the family mountain. And that's the really scary 1 in 3 road that I was telling you about. You'll see it all. Just doing a bit of planning. So there's Minge back in pole position. And she's going to be getting all of the attention in the world over the next couple of weeks. Oh, I need to put the bin out. It's a pretty damp and miserable day, darlings.
I'm Joseph. I'm a registered staff nurse. I'm originally from Warrington, family from...
Hello, darlings. Well, that's another night done. No chance of filming anything tonight, because it's been another Bishnu night, hasn't it? And being the big boss, bless him, he's pretty much just sat and played with his phone all night. Well, I've done everything. Oh dear. Yeah, so. So, as I've not recorded much today, I thought I might answer some of your questions. I do get asked questions, sometimes in the comments on the video, which I normally reply to, but sometimes they come in via email or messenger or direct messages on Instagram or things like that. And, you know, sometimes I don't see the messages and sometimes I see them and forget to reply to them. So I thought I'd reply to a few now. Frequently asked questions, or whatever it is they call it. Okay, well, this is a common one. Are you really a reverend? And the answer to that is yes, I really am. I am an ordained minister of the church with a number on the register. Yeah, we're a bit like sex offenders. We get to sit on a worldwide register. You know, let's not draw any other similarities between between ministers of the church and sex offenders, shall we? Although you probably will. Specifically with my church, all ministers of our church are what are called voluntary ministers. In other words, we are fully ordained just like any other minister of any other church, but we don't draw a stipend. Now, a stipend is the name for the wage paid to a cleric, and obviously the majority of churches then, being a minister of the church or a church official of some nature, is paid employment. It's a career thing, and they have a wage or a stipend. Our ministers don't. Our church believes that any money that we can raise as a church should go to the people that need it most. It shouldn't go into wages. Oh bollocks! The bloody road is shut. Balls. That's a bugger. Can I cheat and get through? Let's have a look. And for that same reason, our church doesn't have excuse me, our church doesn't have any official church buildings. We don't have physical churches, and again, that is, I've got no chance of getting through there, have I? Oh balls, and I'm running late as well. I could have done without having to go the long way round. Hey ho, what can you do when the devil farts in your face? Yeah, we don't have any actual physical churches, because if you think about most religions, then their churches or their temples or their mosques are incredibly ornate, incredibly expensive, big, show-offy things, and we kind of think that's a bit wrong, you know? I mean, if as a religion you genuinely cared about the people that you claim to care about, you know, the poorest people, the people that need, then isn't it kind of rubbing their faces in it if they're struggling to heat their homes or put food on the table, and you, the church, are hanging out in a multi-million-pound establishment? Seems a bit weird to us, so we don't do that kind of thing. So there you go, that's that question answered. I really am a reverend minister of the church, and yes, that is my official title. And if you saw any of my official mail, etc, 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 it is addressed to the Reverend Jason Parry Hughes. But don't worry, you lot can keep on just calling me Boaty. Okay, another very regular question. Where did your love affair with MG Rover start? Well, I've never had a love affair with MG Rover. Now, historically, there have been a couple of models that I've quite liked. I like the MGA. I like the Rover P5B Coupe. I quite liked the SD1, but I've never had a love affair with MG or Rover. I've owned, prior to this current iteration, I've owned very, very few of them. There were other cars that I preferred, like Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Ferrari, Lamborghini, oh God, even Lexus, Nissan, even Toyota. So why do I have MG Rovers now? Well, the truth is that I have them now, or I originally had them now, because they are the cheapest of each type of thing available. I like to have more than one car, always have done. And even so, I'm as poor as a church mouse now, I still want to have more than one car. And Rovers, or MG Rovers, are just like the cheapest of each type that you can get. So, my first Rover in this current iteration was my Rover 75 Connoisseur SE CDTI. So, a BMW turbo diesel engined car, automatic, 5-speed automatic, full leather, dual zone climate control, air conditioning, electric heated memory seats, etc, 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 you know, an economical, comfortable, you know, luxury type car that I bought for 260 of the Queen's pounds, as they were then. So, and that's why I bought it. what else am I going to get with that specification for 260 quid? You're not going to get anything. You know, I mean, an equivalent Lexus LS400 or GS300 is going to be 10 times that. So that was why I got the first one, and I discovered that the same held true for others. So, you know, where are you going to get a sports saloon to equal the MG ZT190 for the money that you can get an MG ZT190 for? There's nothing else out there. Where are you going to get a mid-engine convertible rear-wheel drive sports car for under 1,000 quid, apart from the MGF or TF? Again, you're not going to get anything. So that's the reason why I have MG Rover, or that was the reason. It's not because I love them or I have a long-standing love affair with them or anything like that. It's because of the price point where they're at. If I was into any other cars, I'd not. Oh, excuse. Oh, I felt that one coming on. Yeah, if I was collecting or a fan of another mark, I wouldn't be able to have the fleet that I have. I only manage it because they're cheap as chips. I'm gonna. Because nobody wants the bloody things. So there you go. But having owned them, then I suppose I have developed a bit of a soft spot or a bit of a love for them. Or maybe that's Stockholm Syndrome. No, I mean, you know, I do have a love for them now, but, you know, it's not a historical thing, and I didn't get into them by choice. It was through happenstance and poverty. So would I have a fleet of Rovers if I suddenly became rich? Possibly, yeah, but they wouldn't be the only cars on the fleet. Oh no, there would be a lot of other cars on there as well, but there would be a Rover and an MG or two in there for sure, because yeah, I must admit I have developed a love for them. Oh, here's another one. What YouTube channels do you watch? Well, I don't watch anywhere near as many as I used to. I dip in and out of a few. Some sport, boxing and F1 particularly. Some others I will watch the occasional bit of, but I don't watch religiously. There were quite a few that I used to watch every single episode. If you go way back, like Hubnut, Furious Driving, Camper Vibe. There were quite a few, but just as people kind of dip in and out of mine, I dip in and out of others. And at the moment, the only two that I watch unfailingly, that I watch every single episode, are Harry's Garage, which I just think is fabulous, and latterly, over the last 3 months, Sean's channel, Sean James Cameron. And I watch 95% of Mustard's, but I can't say I watch all of his because he's doing a shed load of live streams now, and those are on while I'm at work, and they go on for bloody hours, so I haven't got 2 hours spared in the day to catch up on them. If you've got a question you'd like me to answer, then do feel free to ask me via any of the normal channels. Leave a comment on a video, ping me on Facebook or Messenger, or via all of the other things that I'm supposed to check out on a daily basis and kind of don't. glad I came this way tonight. Maybe we've reached that point in the year where I should swap my standard homeward journey from the main road route to this route. I think one of the reasons I've been wary of doing it, to be honest, is doing this in the dark. I can't see the potholes and they haven't all been repaired yet. And I suppose there's no guarantee that they actually will be repaired. Looks very different at night, doesn't it, my lovelies? Bit spooky, really. I often wonder if any of those wild van campers park up at overnight at those places on the right. And I can imagine that that would be a bit scary, a bit spooky. Because those woods or forests, they come alive a bit at night. There are herds of deer in there for a start. Isn't this fabulous though? I love coming home this way. Look how just utterly black it is. Okay, my headlights are on. Now my full beam is on. But look beyond the headlights and everything is just black. There's, looking in this direction, we're looking into the peak, into the national park. And there's not a hint of a glow of artificial lighting in the sky. That will change as we change direction and we start pointing towards Chesterfield and Sheffield, and then as we go over the brow now you can just about actually see the lights. So if you're looking at a clock face at 1:30, that's going to change as we go around the bend, but at 1:30 there was Chesterfield, and then at kind of 11:30 you had Sheffield. And I don't mind that. I like that combination. I love the still inky blackness of Windy Bum, but looking down at the lights of the town and the more distant lights of the city, it reminds you that you're kind of out of the rat race, away from it all, away from the light and the noise. Not that there is that much bloody noise, of course, but you know what I mean. You're just in a little oasis away from all of that. I don't think the camera picks it up, but as we go over the crest around here, you suddenly get the open vista. Here we go. Let me have a look at the phone, see if you're going to see it. Oh, you can't. It's not coming on the phone. Now, to my eye, it's as clear as day. There's a massive open vista. I can see all of Chesterfield, and in the very distance, I can just about see the dim lights of Sheffield, but I don't think you guys are picking up on that, which is a shame. The peak is beautiful all hours, all seasons, but it's kind of a different kind of beauty. It has a different beauty at night than in the day. And then a different beauty in winter than it has in summer. But it's always beautiful. I'm just so looking forward to going home and spending some time there and reminding myself just how beautiful that place is too. Right, time to shut up for 15 minutes starts. And that is it for today, my loves. Thank you for your company, as always. It really wouldn't be the same without you. So, have a great day ahead, or a safe and peaceful night, dependent on where you are in the world and what time of day it is. Take great care of yourselves, and much love from me. And I'll see you next time. But you, and indeed, bosh.